What would you say if I told you things had never changed and we'll find a way to take our dreams and rearrange them? Who'd believe that we could be in love again? So let's just pretend that you and me can be just good friends.
Interesting article.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Beecham. No, it's nothing. How are you?
Oh, I'm over the carbuncle now. Whatever you do, Penny, never get a carbuncle.
Okay.
It's worse than having a baby.
Really?
Did you enjoy your holiday?
Oh, yes, it was lovely, thank you.
And what about Alison?
Sorry?
Alison?
Alison? Alison who?
Well, your friend from the office. The one your mother said you were going on holiday with.
Oh, that Alison! Oh, yes. Alison seemed to enjoy herself as well.
Oh, good. You're next, dear.
Oh.
Hello, Penny. Sit yourself down.
Thank you.
Now, just relax. This isn't going to be painful. Just going to take a little X-ray. That naughty one at the back. There. If you wouldn't mind, Marjorie.
Yes, of course.
Can an X-ray harm a child?
Child? What age?
Young?
How young?
Very young, like unborn?
Oh, yes. I don't think... no, don't bother with that. I've decided not to do the X-ray.
I see. And will you be needing Miss Warrender's file?
No.
All right, dear.
Yes, fine, thank you. Hello.
All right. Won't keep you a moment. Take your clothes off and lie on the couch. Oh, it's you, Pen. You okay?
Vince, can we talk?
Of course. Hang on a minute. What sort of day you had?
Rotten. Had to go to the dentist this morning.
Oh, good. The new teeth have arrived, have they?
Vince, I'm pregnant. Well, say something.
Congratulations.
You still love me, don't you?
Yeah. Look, Pen, I'm totally confused. The dentist told you were pregnant?
No. On my way around here, I popped into the doctor's.
Oh, and he told you?
Yes. Well, he didn't actually say you're expecting a baby, at least not in so many words.
So what did he say?
He said he'd get the results back in a couple of days.
Oh, in other words, we haven't got to rush out and buy nappies immediately, then?
I don't need anyone to tell me. A woman knows these things. She just knows.
But you could be wrong, Pen. I mean, be fair. You've always been a bit of a panicker. Look at that time you thought you had shingles, then it turned out your jeans were too tight.
This hasn't been caused by tight jeans, has it?
Could have been.
Please, be serious.
Well, you could be anemic, Pen.
I am not anemic.
You're looking pale.
We're both looking pale. We've just found out we're pregnant. Oh, you just don't understand. I can sense life inside me. Make one crack about worms, Vince, and I'll...
I wasn't going to say anything, Pen. I can remember years ago, every single month you were like this. We ended up on first-name terms with the manager at Mothercare. We invited him to the wedding.
Yes, and he turned up.
Now, don't bring that up, Pen.
You just don't seem to realize how worried I am. I mean, What happens if I have to have a cesarean?
Oh, this is something else, this is. You don't get the results for 2 days and you're breastfeeding already.
I came here for sympathy and support. And all I get is moronic wisecracks.
Well, all I'm trying to say, Pen, is this could have been caused by something simple.
It was caused by something simple. You!
Right, take it easy. Got to watch your blood pressure. Gin and tonic?
I think I should.
I think we both should.
Shall I run the hot bath or will you?
What's that supposed to mean?
Why have you just poured me a double gin?
Because you're getting drunk for 2 now. This happens to be my drink.
Oh, I see. Oh, look, Vince, we must stop bickering like this. I know we've always had a stormy relationship, but the way things are going, I'll end up with morning seasickness.
Right then, Ben, well, look, let's just try and look at the problem calmly and logically. Now, although you can sense life and a woman knows these things, I think we ought to wait till we've had it confirmed by the experts, don't you? In other words, I wouldn't go breaking the good news to your mother just yet.
Oh, don't remind me. I don't think I can tell her. How can I look her in the eyes and say those words?
Well, there are other ways of letting her know, Pen. We could send her a kissogram. Look, if it has to be said, then let me tell her.
No, Vince, I couldn't let you.
Oh, go on.
Vince, can I ask you something?
Anything.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A spaceman. So this time it's the real thing.
I think so. I'm almost positive.
When did it happen? While we were on holiday?
Most people come back with sombreros and duty-free drinks, but I have to be different, don't I? I thought you were being careful.
So did I. I mean, I thought you were.
Well, no.
Why?
Because I thought you were.
But I wasn't.
Well, I know that now.
It's a total lack of communication, Ben.
From where I'm standing, I think we communicated a little too well.
Well, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Well, not for you, maybe. But my firm have offered me the opportunity of doing a business training course with one of their associate companies in Europe. It's the chance of a lifetime.
Well, you go. I'll look after the kid.
Don't be so ridiculous. How could you?
Well, I'll phone Eddie Brown, tell him I want a crush in the betting shop.
And how are they going to feel about me being an unmarried mother?
But you won't be an unmarried mother, Pen. You're still married to Graham.
Was that meant to be a joke?
Well, actually, yes.
Well, I didn't find it at all amusing. Have you any idea how this could affect my divorce? And what do you think Graham would do if he were to find out?
Well, just deny it.
Deny it? Vince, by the time I walk into that courtroom, I'll most probably look like a Mr. Man.
Come on, Ben, it's only in 2 weeks.
Yes, but... Well, I might carry at the front. Oh, don't laugh at me, you rat fink. What are we going to do?
Well, if the worst comes to worst, I suppose I'll have to marry you.
Oh, yes, Vince, I accept. How could any girl say no to a proposal like that?
Swept off your feet, eh?
Oh, utterly. Do you think the guests would know why we were getting married?
No, as long as we don't do anything silly like put a pram on our wedding list.
Oh, tell me something good that's going to happen. Cheer me up.
My parents have invited us over for dinner tomorrow night. Hang on, I must be able to come up with something better than that.
You won't tell them, will you?
Of course I won't.
I'll make sure you don't. Vince, I'm frightened.
Hey, come on, Ben. Everything's going to be all right. I know my mother can be heavy-going at times, but she's a good cook.
I'm not talking about having dinner at your parents' house. I'm frightened of the future, of going into labour.
Short, sharp breaths, Ben. That's the secret.
Will you be with me
Where?
at the hospital?
Oh, I'll be there, Pen. I'll be just outside that door.
Outside? But don't you want to see the birth?
Oh, no, that's all right, Pen.
I want you with me. I wanted to feel your hand in mine.
Ben, you won't be able to feel my hand in yours. You'll be in too much pain.
Where's Princess Penelope, then?
Reach showing around the garden. What do you mean, Princess Penelope? You got too much mouth, Clifford.
Well, all that. It was absolutely divine. I just love the cut glass figurine of Eddie Cochran. So sweet.
You keep on, I'll tell the old man you broke his cassette.
I didn't touch it.
You were fiddling with it when I came in. The tape's all mangled up with the motor.
But if you tell him I've done it, he's going to blame me.
Well, then leave Penny alone.
Right, want a drink, son?
I'll help myself.
Thought you might. Ah, you read them brochures I brought in for you, Clifford?
I don't want to join a navy.
Why not? It's good life. See the world while you're young enough to enjoy it. A few years' training with a bit of luck, you could end up like Prince Andrew.
What, Captain?
No, a decoy for Exocet missiles.
Dad, any chance of a quiet word?
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, it's a bit, you know.
Clifford, go break something.
What's going on, listen?
Because if your brother's got a problem, it's either illegal or immoral.
So how am I ever going to learn?
Move before you get a wallet. Right, what's your problem?
Well, it's Penny. It looks as if she's been and got herself pregnant.
Well, there's a clever boy.
What, my fault?
No, of course not. You was just playing leapfrog.
I mean, it wasn't all my fault. It takes two to tango.
You should have stuck with the gentleman's excuse me, son. Then you wouldn't be in this mess. So, what are you going to do?
Well, I'll do the decent thing.
Well, 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 there's a first time for everything. So what are you telling me for? Get it off your chest, or was there something else?
Well, when Reet was having me, were there any signs?
Yeah. She had a big lump out here.
No, I mean in the early stages. Did she behave in an odd way?
I don't know, boy. It's difficult to tell with your mother. Did you hear any of that?
No, nothing at all.
You better not have done, boy.
I've just been showing Penny our new multicoloured luminous waterfall.
Yes, it's very, different. Have you seen it, Vince?
Yeah, made me feel sick.
It's got no taste. Takes after Les in lots of ways. I'll go and check dinner.
What are we having? It smells delicious.
Well, it's a little speciality of my own. I call it chicken Rita.
Chicken Rita. Sounds like one of Kunta Kinte's old flames, doesn't it?
I thought you were going to tell your mother I'm a vegetarian.
I did. She said she's going to open a tin of peas for you.
Clean them off before you put them in the dishwasher, babe. There you go. Help yourselves. Do us a sherry, Les.
You're supposed to have sherry before the meal, Reet.
Oh, I can't be doing with all that rubbish. Have what you want when you fancy it, that's what I say. You're like me in that respect, ain't you, babe?
Yeah.
Your mum likes a bit of etiquette, don't she, darling?
Yes, I suppose she does.
I'll never forget that meal we had just before your wedding, you little sod. Daphne went on and on about them asparagus spears. Got on my nerves in the end. You're supposed to eat this bit and leave that bit. I said to her, Daphne, darling, I eat the lot to show I'm not ignorant. Loving. Did you enjoy the meal?
Oh, yes, thank you. It was very nice.
I didn't know what to get you. I mean, we don't know much about weirdo food, do we, Les?
No. Did you clear up?
Yeah, but it weren't my fault.
No one's blaming you, Cliffy. Sit down, babe.
Penelope,
Yes, Clifford.
I don't know if you'd be interested, but my mate's sister's got a cot for sale.
Go away, you horrible boy.
What's all this, then?
It's him. He's been earwigging again.
How many times I've got to tell you not to listen to... Oh, Jay!
Oh, no.
Is it true?
I don't know. I think so.
Oh, Les! Our first grandchild!
Now, nothing's certain, Reet, so don't go jumping the gun, eh?
Oh, no, I'm certain. A woman knows. When we was in the garden, I could see it in her face. She had a sort of glow. I put it down to reflection from the luminous waterfall. Now I know. It was the glow of motherhood.
Cool. See what you've started now?
I didn't do nothing.
No, be fair. It might be a worrying time for you and Pen, but it's an historic occasion for your mum and me. I almost feel like crying.
Yeah? Well, go and have a look at your new cassette then.
How long over are you, darling?
Read.
I'm not really sure of anything at all. I don't even get the results until tomorrow.
Well, if you want any help, any advice, you know where to come. I've been through it all, darling. Baby at 16, married at 17. There's nothing I couldn't tell you. Stitches? Don't talk to me about stitches, eh, Les?
No.
The doctor said to me, Miss Maynard, he said, you got more stitches than a made-to-measure suit, didn't he, Les?
Yeah.
Of course, I had Vincy on the National Health. Cliffy was private. Different story altogether. Like invisible mending, weren't it, Les?
Yeah.
You going private?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Go private, darling. You won't regret it. Les will treat you to it, won't you, Les?
Yeah, of course.
And don't have one of them daft natural births. You get all the drugs you can. Now, I know this is in the future, but the moment your water breaks, you phone me.
Shut up.
Read.
It's getting a bit much.
Well, you men can go in the other room and have a brandy. This is women's talk. I don't care what the modern doctors say. The only real way of telling is when your water breaks. My water broke in Sainsbury's, didn't it, Les? They had to wheel me out to the ambulance in a shopping trolley, didn't they, Les?
Yeah.
Give it a rest, Reed. You're making the miracle of life sound like the flight plans for the Dam Busters.
They just don't understand. Does Daphne know yet?
No.
Oh, I bet she'll be over the moon.
Now, don't you go phoning her.
Of course not. I wouldn't spoil that magical moment between mother and daughter. Get the champagne, Les.
Right.
I'll get some glasses.
If it's a girl,
Will you call her Fallon?
yes.
Our first grandchild. Nosy little sod. Yes.
Hello, Mummy. Couldn't you sleep?
No.
Shall I get you a cup of warm milk?
Mrs. Beecham came round earlier. She brought you a present.
Really? What?
A christening shawl. Wasn't that nice of her?
Wonder why she brought me that.
Because she's a wicked, spiteful woman. She kept going on and on about how delighted Daddy and I must be. I had to pretend. I told her you and Graham had patched things up.
What did Daddy say?
I haven't told him yet.
Thank you.
When did it happen? When you were on holiday in the Algarve? That'll teach you to go to Portugal, won't it? Penny, why didn't you tell me? Why did you let me find out like this?
Because I'm not 100% certain. I mean, it could be a false alarm.
You should have told me.
Mummy, it'd be a bit silly if I came to you every time I had a false...
You mean this is a regular occurrence?
No, I mean I have been a married woman.
You still are a married woman. How do you think Graham's going to feel about this?
I don't care how Graham feels about anything.
Oh, that's the thanks he gets. The man who's given you everything from happiness to a divorce. That's things influence. My God, the name Vincent Pinner will live in my nightmares till my dying day. I take it that it is.
Don't even ask.
I won't. I don't need to. Am I the first to know? That is, apart from Marjorie Beecham and the entire Women's Guild.
Of course you are. Well, obviously I had to tell Dr. Ellis and, yes, Vince knows.
Naturally.
But apart from them, you're the first. Oh, I told the dentist.
You told the dentist? What about the chiropodist and the optician? Or aren't you talking to them? It's a pity we haven't got a dog. You could have told the vet.
I had to tell him he wanted to take an X-ray.
So?
X-rays can cause abnormalities in an unborn child.
Seeing who the father is, I shouldn't think you'd notice much.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
No, Penny. Just look at that family. I mean, they're not exactly purebred stock, are they? Their bloodline hovers somewhere between illegal immigrants and Diddykies. No telling what kind of throwback you might produce.
Mummy, I refuse to listen to any more of your rantings.
No, you sit down. I haven't finished with you yet. It's a pity you didn't listen to some of my rantings in the past. I've a good mind to phone those Penners and tell them what their perverted offspring has done.
They already know.
Oh, the Penners know as well. Oh, well, I didn't need Marjorie Beecham. I could have read it in tomorrow's Telegraph. How did they take the news?
They seem pleased.
Pleased? Yes, well, they would be, wouldn't they? Morals of alley cats.
Didn't you see that news flash tonight? Queen Victoria's dead.
Oh, I see. My morals aren't modern enough for you, is that it? I'm not hip. Perhaps Daddy and I should take to smoking cannabis resin. Perhaps we should start the Chipping Ongar branch of the Sid Vicious Remembrance Society. Penny! Attitudes to this sort of thing don't change.
Oh, but they do. You're just old-fashioned. I think the best thing all round would be for me to go and live at Vince's flat.
Oh, no, don't do that. I couldn't bear the idea of you being lonely.
Lonely? What do you mean, lonely?
Well, you don't honestly think he's going to stand by you, do you?
No, I don't think he'll stand by me. I know he will.
Don't kid yourself. Be off at the first sign of backache.
Well, if that happens, I'll get a place of my own. I'm old enough to look after myself.
No, you're not. Nobody is. I don't even want you to think of living alone. Oh, stay here with Daddy and me. It'll all be all right in the end.
I shall be moving out of this house just as soon as I can.
Penny, sit down. I want to talk to you. Many years ago, when I was 18, well, not many years ago, there was a girl who lived in the same road as me. We were the same age. She was an attractive girl, as I remember. She met a chap, and they started seeing one another. He said he loved her, and she believed him. They used to talk about their future together. Houses, dreams, you know. And then she discovered she was carrying his child. Her family disowned her. The neighbors shunned her. Even her best friend called her a trollop. And the man who said he loved her disappeared. She had to move out, live in a tiny bedsit.
So, what happened to her and the baby?
She miscarried. Lost it. Years later, she married a decent chap. She has a small family of her own now. But as you say, attitudes have probably changed.
They have.
Yes. Anything you need. Anything at all.
I know. Thank you. Mummy, girl you've just been telling me about. It was you, wasn't it?
It most certainly was not. Her name was Eileen Fenwick, and I was her best friend, the trollop.
Excuse me, no smoking.
I'm not smoking.
You have a cigarette in your mouth.
Got shoes on my feet, but I'm not walking. Sorry, I'm just a bit nervous, that's all.
Just calm down, will you?
Can't help it, Pen. I'm always like this when I'm waiting for the results.
Try to relax, please. You mean you're used to this sort of thing?
No, not these kind of results. I had to go into a clinic once, have some tests done.
Why?
I told you I had a bad chest. That's when I gave up smoking.
Oh yes. Mummy told me a story last night.
She'll never let you grow up, will she?
Not a bedtime story, Zonko. It's about this girl she used to know years ago. And the man she was seeing got her into trouble and then left her. She lost her baby, lying all alone in some tiny bedsit, far away from her family and friends.
Your mother knows some real belters, doesn't she?
Oh, I know it's silly, but I lay awake most of the night just thinking about it. Oh, Vince, if I am, will I see you again?
Oh.
Sorry.
After all this time, you still don't trust me.
Of course I trust you. You know I trust you. I just thought I'd ask, that's all.
Miss Warrender, the doctor will see you now.
Wish me luck.
Love you. Well?
Can we speak privately?
So what do you say, Pen?
I'm not. It was a false alarm.
You're kidding.
No, honestly. Cross my heart and everything else.
But what about the...
It appears I'm slightly anemic.
I said that.
Yes, you did, didn't you? No. Apparently it's got something to do with me being a vegetarian. I'm not getting the right sort of vitamins or something. I've got to take these great big black capsules. Oh, I don't care if they're the size of oranges. Are you happy?
Not many, Penny. Look, shall we go somewhere and celebrate?
Please.
I'll get me coat.
Thank you.